Hi guys, Neil Waterhouse. Received an email from Kerry Warner asking how long a listing should be. In other words, do long listings get more sales than short listings? And to cut a long story short, there's an old saying in marketing that ad copy can never be too long, it can only be too boring. The same goes for eBay, Amazon listings, as well as listings on your own website, if you have your own website. Listings on all these three platforms should be very similar. Now, without going to a full lecture about optimization, your listing should provide all the answers to all the questions your potential customers may have about whatever product that you're listing. Many sellers don't do this, and they virtually force potential buyers to go and look at your competitor listings to find answers to their questions. Every listing should have a very short story about the product. Now, this short story is what's known in the industry as the elevator pitch. That is, you have from the ground floor to the 10th floor in the elevator to explain what on earth it is that you're selling. Never ever assume your buyer is an expert about the product you're selling. This is a very common mistake that a lot of beginners make. Always take the time to create a 1 to 2 paragraph short story about every product you're selling. Now, this doesn't take long, and very often the basis for your short story is on your supplier's website. If not, a quick bit of research can give you all the information you need to create your own unique short story. You should also have bullet points illustrating the key features of the items that you're selling. On Amazon, you should have a minimum of 5 bullet points, but you should always aim for 20 bullet points like you do with eBay and your own website. Now, the more bullet points, the more perceived value the item has. That's why car manufacturers produce pages and pages and pages and pages of bullet points, because every time you read a bullet point that you relate to, it increases the value of the vehicle, and it's the same with everything. Now, you should always convert your features of the bullet points to benefits. Measurable and specific features give your listing and or your product credibility, but human beings buy benefits and not features. Convert features to benefits by using the so what principle. That is, let's say for example you're selling an electric heater with an integrated timer. You say to yourself, integrated timer, so what? You do a quick bit of research and come up with something like, banish the dread of getting out of bed on a cold morning for good with a heater that starts 10 minutes before your alarm goes off. Now, this is the so what principle in action, converting a boring feature into a life-changing benefit. Use a so what strategy to convert boring benefits into boring features into life-changing benefits. Anyway, that was a bit off track. So Kerry, to answer your question, can your listings be too long? No, they can only be too boring. That's all for this week. Until next week, list more, sell more. This is Neil Waterhouse. Had a few people ask me how our baby calf Buttercup is going, and here she is. As you can see, she's getting quite large. Hey Buttercup, you gonna let me pet you? Come here. This one's, this is Fergie. She's very friendly, but Buttercup, she's still learning. If you got food, it kind of really helps. Fergie's got a fly veil on at the moment, so she looks a bit silly, but she's had a few issues with flies in her eyes. But come on, girl. Good girl. Good girl. Can let me pet you? Yeah, I know you'll let me pet me. So there's Buttercup. As you can see, she's growing very rapidly, and already weighs a ton. And for those wondering, no, she's not going to be eaten, because I live with my 2 daughters and my wife, and once they name an animal, that's it. It'll never ever be eaten.